Morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69, and before we get into today's video, this video is sponsored by Huawei App Gallery. Download Huawei App Gallery now, where you can get a coupon where you can get up to 30% discount off and up to 10% back in future Huawei points. So download Huawei App Gallery, get this coupon, you will get 30% off of this month's Battle Pass, and then you will get 10% in back of what you spend in Huawei points. Now this runs from the 30th of the 3rd to the 20th of the 4th. So make sure that you download Huawei App Gallery, then download What Blitz from Huawei App Gallery, accept this coupon, and then you will be able to get the Battle Pass for even cheaper. Now, of course, in this Battle Pass, it is the Premium NASHORN. Some might like it, some might love it, some might hate it, but it is still a decent-ish tank, depending on how you look at it. Some might love it, as I've said. It all depends on how you play, what kind of tanks you play. But even so, for a couple of dollars, you'll be able to get this tank and everything in the Battle Pass as well. But you need to download Huawei App Gallery. The links are in the description. Back to today's video. meadsy69, welcome back to the channel. Now, before I start my 2-week break, I bring you this quick video right here, and it is of the new Battle Pass. Yes, the new Battle Pass is here. April is here, and that means a new tank. Yes, it's not this tank right here, the NASHORN, but it pretty much is the same thing. The Epsilon, Tier 6 German tank destroyer. I'm not sure, but by the look of it, I really don't know what I think of the look of it. And Wargaming could do so much more with these kind of tanks, you know, like the Dicamax, this one where you can see inside. I think they could do so much more. They could like add people in there, so people are sitting there, or they can add funny things in there. They can add what they want, but it'd be nice for Wargaming to actually, like, these kind of open top turrets, it would be nice for Wargaming to actually add something interesting inside the turret. But, you know, it is what it is. So what is the tank like compared to the NASHORN? Now, to be honest, it's pretty much the same tank. If you like the NASHORN, I'm not one of those who loves the NASHORN, to be honest. So, of course, I'm really not going to like this. Of course, if you play it in a certain way, you might have some good battles, but it doesn't, just because you're going to have some good battles, it doesn't make it a fun tank. I'm not saying it's a bad tank. I'm just saying it's not a fun tank, because there's really only one way to play these tanks, and that is to sit at the back of the map and not get spotted and just completely farm as much as you can, because it does have a nice gun. I do give it that. The gun is pretty solid. So the Tier 10, the Epsilon, Tier 10, the Tier 6 Epsilon, what are the stats? Now, the stats overall, the DPM is actually very, very nice. In fact, the DPM on this is more than the DPM on the NASHORN. So you've got no armor. 15mm is the best you are going to get. However, the DPM of 2613 is not bad at all. 5 second on the reload, penetration 203 on your AP, 237 on your APCR, which is pretty much the same as the NASHORN. HE is 44. You've got a 220 alpha gun on the standard AP. On your APCR, you've got 190, and on your HE, 270. Aim time is pretty solid at 2.9, and so is the gun dispersion at 0290, which all goes to show that it is a campy tank. You need to sit at the back and you need to camp. That is what you need to do with this thing if you want to succeed. Also, it only has 5 degrees of gun depression, so the gun depression is not very good. And the top speed is a very, very nice 50 kilometers per hour. So if you're sat at the back of the map farming and then a tank comes, spots you or anything like that, you can move out the way rather quickly. So that is the best thing about the tank. is the speed and the gun. The gun is pretty nice. When you've got a 5-second reload, and you're in a sort of a campy tank like this, it does make it a little bit more enjoyable if you've got the shots. If you haven't got the shots, then you need to relocate and it doesn't make it as fun. You just want to sit there, you know, dead rail at the back and have all these shots, because every 5 seconds you'll be shooting, you will be able to farm up some damage. So we're just going to have one battle in the tank. We've had a couple, but of course, with a tank like this, it's not easy to get footage. And we are on this this map. It's not the best of maps for tank destroyers, but it's okay. If you, again, all depends on where the enemy go. Let me just turn this down. All depends on where the enemy go. All depends, and that is a lot of, there's a lot of maps like that, you know. There's some great positions in certain maps, but if the enemy don't go there, it then becomes a useless position. So of course we're going to go to the only position of the map for a tank destroyer, and that is right in this bush. Now, if you're on this map and you spawn the other side, and there is 3 tank destroyers on the enemy team, just farm this bush. Just, you know, just keep shooting. Just keep shooting this bush, because someone will be in this bush. It's a great position, don't get me wrong. But if you get spotted and the enemy are not spotted, which we are going to see slightly very soon, then you could get ripped apart. So of course I am joined by the T-34, the new tank destroyer in tier 5, the T-34 tank destroyer, and of course the Nightmare, which I don't mind, he's a tank destroyer. So we're going to sit back, and at the moment, when I said earlier that there's certain positions to be in, which is very, very good, but if you don't have the shots, then it becomes useless. Now, I do get the shot, but as you're going to see, I do get shot from tanks that I just don't know where they are. So, of course, I've got no choice now to back up. That poor AC Sentinel did not last very long, but the enemy are capping the base. Now, we do have a tank destroyer on his way against that guy, and you can see he has reset the base, but currently I've got no shots, and this is when I say, like, it's not a very fun tank if you don't have shots. So we've only done 400 damage, we've lost half of our hit points, and I've now got absolutely nothing. And as soon as you get a shot, you're like, oh, quick, I've got a shot. And we do take the shot. Now, there are only 4 tanks left, not even 2 minutes gone, and there are 4 tanks left. And I do get that shot on the Leopard. So right now I'm thinking, do I stay or do I go? Like, I really don't know. So I'm just looking around. Now, I know there's 3 tanks up there, and I know that the object is on the right side. So, you know, I think it's time to move. It's either I sit here and do absolutely nothing, or I make a move and at least use my mobility. And that is where, though, the speed of this thing really does become important, because you can get around the map very, very quickly. And that is what these tanks are good at doing. Not just this tank, but the whole grill line. You know, the grill line in general are really good at doing the same thing. They're good at sitting at the back, sniping, and then running if you have to. And that's exactly what we've got to do here. We've got to run around the map. Of course, all my team are to the left side, so I'm going to go to the right side and hopefully get behind the object. So I'm going to turn around the corner, and almost a full hit point object 244 is sitting there. Now, I've only got 500 hit points. He has a pretty good reload as well, but as long as I've got support from my team, I should be able to clear him. So I'm able to take another shot if I'm lucky, unless he's using HE, and stupidly I bounce and I do take a shot, but I'm going to aim this time, and I am going to get the kill. So that's 1400 damage and just the Leopard left alive. So I can actually take maybe 1 shot or 2 shots from this Leopard. So I'm just going to come around the corner, get the shot off. He's now on 19 hit points. The Bazooka there just completely misses his shot, which allows me to get the kill. So you can see you're not really going to get too much damage. And if you're up against tier 7s, you're probably going to get ripped apart. But yeah, don't play forward in this tank, really. If you play forward, you're just going to get ripped apart. So do not play forward. You need to sit behind your team. It is behind the team kind of tank. Don't sit at the far forward. Don't sit far forward, because people will aim at you and you won't be able to do nothing at all. And the worst thing with the tank as well, it doesn't have spool liner, so people will be able to HE you, and you're going to lose your hit points very, very quickly. So I hope you enjoyed the new battle. I hope you will enjoy the new battle pass, guys. It's an average tank. I mean, it's a good tank if you like these kind of tanks. If you don't, then you're not going to like it. But still, as I always say, the battle pass is still worth the price. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With